Hello, we are demoing OpenAthena Desktop version 0.4.2 along with OpenAthena Core version 0.4.1. OpenAthena is an application which can precisely geolocate any pixel in any drone image. It is available for Android, iOS, and desktop computers. It's also available as an open modular portable software library which can be licensed and integrated into your own software stack. A binary copy of OpenAthena is included with the desktop version for you to try out. And here is the main screen of OpenAthena. You'll see several menus along the top and a display window. The image menu is what you use to load images that you then want to evaluate. The DEM menu lets you inspect and manage the digital elevation cache of elevation models that OpenAthena automatically downloads for you. OpenAthena implements an algorithm called terrain raycast, which uses elevation data for the surrounding area underneath the drone. This elevation data increases the accuracy of the calculations that OpenAthena performs. The drone menu lets you view and search the database of supported drone models and those of which Theta has tested against. And finally, the help menu contains dialogues for settings, administration, debug, and statistics for how the application is performing. So let me show you the settings. Here in the settings dialog, we can configure the output in terms of units, whether metric or imperial, whether we want the location output in HAE or GPS format, or UTM or MGRS coordinates. We configure the API key to use with Open Topography, where OpenAthena will automatically download elevation data. We can configure the data set that we'd like to use for elevation data. There's several to choose from. And finally, the parameters of where a API server is located if OpenAthena is going to calculate using a remote API server. So let me show you evaluating an image. I've loaded this image here, taken from a local park. And let's say we're curious as to the location of this building, the corner of the building right there. We click on the corner that we're interested in location. We can kind of zoom in to get a closer look, and then we hit Calculate Target. OpenAthena goes and does the calculation based on where the drone is and the location, the pixel we're looking at, and comes back with an answer given the lat long and altitude. In this case, I used the 3-depth model, which is a very accurate model available from the United States Geological Survey Group. If I was instead interested in the Copernicus 30 data set for elevation data, I could select that and click Calculate Target, and I would get an answer back from the terrain raycast algorithm using that data set. If you're working with a team, you can send cursor on target messages by clicking on the Send Cursor on Target, and a message is sent to your team. OpenAthena can send cursor on target messages to your TAC server and your team via 3 different methods. First one is local UDP multicast, which will go over Wi-Fi or wired depending on how you're connected, and your team members will receive it. OpenAthena can send via SSL and over TCP for a completely secure communication. And finally, OpenAthena can send cursor on targets over plain old TCP, which is often used in testing environments. And so OpenAthena can also be run as a web API server and accessed over the internal network or over the internet. Theta Informatics maintains a publicly accessible API server which you can use to test and evaluate. Contact us if you're interested in getting an API key. And so here I'm going to show you how we can use a command line utility like curl to post image metadata and get back a location. So here we have the metadata in a file called image2.json, and you can see we give the location of the drone, the altitude, and the image, and we run this shell script called geolocate, which calls curl. and it says look at the image2.json file, send the metadata to api.theta.limited on port 80, and give us the location of the target in the image. And here we see the location that we got back in JSON format. Pretty straightforward. So if you have any questions, or if you'd like to try out the software, contact us at info@theta.limited or look us up on the web. And OpenAthena is also available in the Google Play and the Apple App Stores. Thank you.